Hey, peace and blessings to you. My name is Jerry B. I am the EntreMusician, and so are you. Welcome to the EntreMusician podcast. This is the space where we concentrate on the mindset, the discipline, and the focus of the EntreMusician. Today's episode, absolutely no exception. In fact, today's episode, we threw away the script. There's no one to interview today. We're just going off the cuff and speaking from our hearts to encourage you. We are in the third week of this new year, and wow, it has gone fast. In fact, I'm a little bit late uploading this because I was trying to jot down some things that I wanted to share with you, but I just decided to throw them away, speak from my heart, be transparent and open in the hopes again that I can encourage you in this 2024. We did start off well. The first podcast, we had some members of our community on, not all, but those who could make the shooting time. Thomas Alexander, who's presently celebrating his 75th anniversary. Our brother from Serbia, Nanad C. Daryl Looney, the metadata strategist, Robbie Cunningham, and Anna Nicholson from Canada, amazing singer and writer from Canada, and much love to Linda Bolero, who could not make the second taping. There were some audio issues with the first that we couldn't use, but Linda Bolero, who is also a founding member of the EntreMusician. So we got together. Hopefully you'll go back and watch that if you missed it. We did put it out on January 2nd. And we were talking about, what we learned from the year 2023, the things that we were going to leave there, and the things that we're bringing in with us to 2024. So that was a good conversation. Obviously, our very first interview of the year happened last week with the incredible Keith Klazark, multi-platinum producer who just shared gem after gem after gem of his amazing experiences and some of his challenges and warnings about the music industry. Thus, we get to week 3, and you got me. I hope that isn't disappointing to you, because I just, again, want to just share and encourage and draw you on. This is a hardcore industry that we are in as musicians, which is why I always make the line of demarcation that we are entrepreneurial musicians. We are EntreMusicians, where we have to utilize the mindset, discipline, and focus that we are given to tweak and hone and shape it so that we are not looking at this industry as others merely do. For us, is not just being excellent on our instruments, which we must, rehearsing, practicing, shedding as it is, but making sure that, all of the aspects of what this industry requires of us, we know what it is, and we can approach it in a way that's really going to bring results. And last year, that was just phenomenal for us in our 4th year. Last year marked our 4th year for us to really go in and tighten up our belts on what was really needed. For me, it was very special, and that's something that I want to share with you, because today, I'm recording this on January 15th, Monday. Today really marks that comfortability I felt after stepping away from my day job, which my last day of employment in my quote-unquote day job was December 31st of 2002. So, really January 1 of last year for me was really getting out of the boat, walking on the water, and as a man of faith, keeping my eyes on Jesus, along with my beautiful wife, because we were like in unfamiliar territory. We had decided several months back into 2022, especially after the book was written. I have a book, right? I'll show you right here. After the book was written, The Path of the EntreMusician, Nine Keys to Unlock Your Mindset, Discipline, and Focus. More on that later. But after, it was published through Amazon, after we had done the audio book and whatnot, we'd really been dreaming about, going into this realm of the industry full time, creating a community, helping others to navigate their way through all of the situations and circumstances that the music industry can provide or throw at you, especially if you're 50 years old and over. So we prayerfully thought about it, kind of twisted it up in our heads as to what life would be like, what life should be like. We really tightened up our own mindset, discipline, and focus, and decided it was time for me to step out of the workforce. Now, what I was doing, for most of you who don't know, I've been married 28 years, Lori and I. We have two younger daughters of our own. I have an older daughter that we raised together, Tajay, Nia, and Ayana, ages 41, 26, and 23 at this time. So they're grown and out of the house. And what I was doing during the course of our marriage, I had been involved in ministry, in the gospel ministry, and for the last 11 years employed at one of the larger churches in the area full-time as a care pastor. And I love my work. I love the people whom I served at the church. And, I am approaching my 59th birthday this coming February 8th. So then I was 57 years old, approaching my 58th birthday. And, retirement, quote unquote, was, I should say, on the horizon. So with retirement there, and you could just stay on and wait till you're 62 and a half, and these benefits will kick in and whatnot, But Lori and I really felt that it was time, that the time was then, the time is now, to move away from what was familiar and really follow my heart and follow what we felt was leading of Holy Spirit to really dive into the EntreMusician and everything that it entailed head on. And so we did that. And so I'm here on the other side of that decision, not to tell you or even encourage you or try to entice you in any way to leave your day job. I'm just here as a testimony to the fact that once you put your mind on something, you can do it. I'm not saying that it wasn't challenging, that there were some interesting times, especially financially, because me walking away from that income really put a bite into what Lori and I were accustomed to. But by God's grace, every bill was paid. We never missed a meal. And here we are in the cold, cold winter of January. And again, by his grace and through having a brilliant wife and some major planning, we're doing well. And we're building the EntreMusician to take it to even higher heights than we could have imagined. I mean, just think about it. And I want to share these things with you. I want to share them with you, not just to say, oh, check out these accomplishments and check out how smart we were or anything like that. It's not like that at all. But interestingly enough, when you decide to take that first step into your destiny, you never know what's out there. Okay, it's just like entering into a new city, right? Okay, so you enter into a new city that you're unfamiliar with, okay? But the people have already been there. The buildings have already been there, the spots to see, all of those things have been there. You just didn't know they existed because you didn't venture into that town. And that's what stepping full-time on your own is like. I mean, I did not know that a brother from Serbia who was going to be so almost like a doppelganger with me, as we're traversing the EntreMusician together. I did not know Nanad. I didn't know he was there. I didn't know Anna Nicholson was there. I had just met Robbie Cunningham, who's an incredible singer from Richmond, Virginia. almost said another city, but Robin Williams, who's from Philadelphia. Linda Bolero, I've been knowing for some time, but she introduced me to the wonderful composer from Memphis, Tennessee, Oviante Magsby. So I'm meeting all of these people. I'm meeting Irma de Jong and Giancarlo Pera from iClassical Academy. And as a result, again, of this book and as a result of the audio book, they contacted me to make this a video course to their students in Italy at iClassical Academy. Didn't know that that opportunity presented itself. And going back to Robbie Cunningham, again, because of his association in Sync and to some of the companies that he had been signed to, he and I collaborated on a project. We call it an album. If you're writing in sync, we collaborated on a project. And because of that collaboration, I was able to sign to that same company. And so there were all kinds of different things that were door openers for me. In June, I was able to go down to Springboard Houston. The incredible Barry Coffing puts these springboards on around the country. If you have an opportunity to go to any springboard in your locale within I should say 100 miles of wherever you are, you should take advantage of it, because Springboard is a wonderful wealth giving, life-giving treasure. I'm trying to find the right words of advice of what you need to know about this industry, with real people who are industry pros giving you huge, hardcore information, and then you have the opportunity to perform. So it was an amazing experience that happened in June. And through Barry Coffing and through Springboard, I was able to meet the amazing Danny Jones and Dave Inninger of Across the Road Productions. Not only did they treat me to some wonderful barbecue, but they took me to their studio at Across the Roads, where Danny had just finished the Al Green discography in Dolby Atmos. First time that I was ever introduced to Dolby Atmos, and through that association, had the opportunity to have 3 of my songs mixed and mastered in Dolby Atmos, mastered at Coast Mastering in California by the multi-Grammy award-winning engineer Michael Romanowski. Now again, when I was drafting my resignation letter to present to my supervisor at my church, the lead pastor there, no way was I thinking that all of these things are in store for me. And all of these opportunities are for me. But again, stepping out on faith by God's grace, I've been able to experience these things, enjoy these things, and plan for even further opportunity to come by. So what am I saying to you in all of this? Again, I'm not sitting here going, "Oh, look at what I did." That's crazy. What I'm saying to you is, if you're a dreamer like I am, and if you believe in your dream like I do, then you're going to have to take a risk, whatever that risk is, and get out of the boat and start walking on the water. Finally, see it through. Again, especially if you're 50 years old and older, especially at this age, because like I said, I'll be 59 in just a couple weeks here. With respect to that, I have to understand that I'm no, what do they call it, a spring chicken? But it's not about that. I still think young. I still apply myself to learning, which there's knowledge everywhere about new ways that you can do your music, new ways that you can actually craft your material to your targeted audience and allow income to come in. So while everybody's screaming about music doesn't pay, everybody's screaming about or complaining about, well, I don't get this, and the streaming platforms are here, and it's unfair, and all of these things, you know how to look for opportunities. You know how to take greater risk because you understand that your music, your artistry has value. That there are things that only you can say and only you can write about and sing about. There are only things that you can do to be transformative into someone else's life. And that's really what it's about. I mean, of course, if you're chasing a dream and you're going to sell billions and billions of records and have multiple Grammys, I'm not going to dissuade you. Go for it. Go for it with all your heart. But if your artistry is about transformation, and you have a tribe of 500, 1,000, 5,000 plus, people, you can nurture them. You can walk through the journey with them, and it becomes a win-win-win for all concerned because you're being fed, because they are loyal to you, and you're giving them what they need. You understand what I'm saying? And it's really happening. And that's what we are building at the EntreMusician. We're building this company last year. I forgot to tell you, one of the highlights from the EntreMusician back in late October into, I know it was getting around Thanksgiving time. I have to go back to my notes to see when we actually launched. Forgive me. It's age. But anyway, we launched the EntreMusician International. International. And we meet weekly with wonderful musicians around the globe. This past Saturday, we were with musicians from Uganda, from Nigeria. We've had musicians from Brazil, and again, Serbia, Finland, Italy, I'm leaving somebody out. Sri Lanka, Amarinath Ranatunga, very excellent guitarist from Sri Lanka. So Germany, Vlado, funky bass player from Germany, who is now a member of the EntreMusician International. So weekly we meet. Sunday nights we meet with those musicians who are in the United States of America. So we're having these incredible conversations and we're building this community because you know what we've noticed around the world? Around the world, we're all facing some of the same things. We all desire some of the same things as independent musicians. Now, there may be cultural differences. There may be obviously different belief systems, or there are different, cultural, different ways and means of getting things done. Obviously, copyright and publishing doesn't mean the same thing here in the United States as it does in Serbia. But the things that never change, Rabbi Daniel Lapin talks about that all the time, the things that are central to who we are as artists, as songwriters, as music producers, as setting a goal, planning for the goal, and attaining the goal. These are all things that are cross-cultural, that are cross-geographical lines, and we can all learn and grow together. So I'm really excited about absolutely what's happening at the EntreMusician. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to, if you would not mind, schedule a call with me. Schedule a 15-minute call. It doesn't cost you anything but the 15 minutes. And let's talk about what you're dealing with, whether it's personal. Trust me, as a pastor for the past 27 years, I can talk about personal things with you. And you know that it's a safe place for us to dialogue and find out what's happening. If you need prayer, I can pray for you. If you need counseling, I can refer to counseling because there are issues that we deal with as musicians that some people, they may trivialize, but it's real deep sensitivity in our own hearts. So from that perspective, I can talk to you, or with respect to your professional life as to what you may be trying and it just is not breaking through for you. If I can't help, the EntreMusician community can help. I'm there as a quarterback. Trust me when I say I'm not the guru of the EntreMusician. I'm like the ignition. So I started it along with Linda Bolero and our beloved Vance Anderson, who we did lose last year. He transitioned last year. And so When we started this community, Daryl Looney came along and we began to talk about the possibilities of what it may mean. And so there's no one leader that's dominating the conversation all the time. We're learning and growing and sharing and giving and receiving. That's what this community is about. So if you should schedule a call with me, and I do hope you do that, then we can find out what is it that needs to be really clicking so that you can define success as you see it and grow into it and actually live it out. That's why we're here. So I want to encourage you with that. Do it. Make that opportunity and let's grow your career where your career needs to be, because when you grow, we grow. And now we're at like, wow, we're getting stronger. We're getting stronger on Sunday nights, on Saturday mornings, and then we have a private Facebook community too, where we're all of us are sharing articles and sharing resources, and we have a collaborative situation that's going on, and we see it all the time because we're sharing music together. Hey, let me share you this groove. Let me share with you this groove that I'm working on. And so that happens. It's like, yo, man, I could put a saxophone on that. Sure, send me the track. Boom, boom, boom. So things like that are happening and flowing freely. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Why don't you schedule a call, and we'll make sure that you have what you need. And if we cannot supply what you need, we'll make sure that we point you in the right direction. What else can I say? Now, finally, I'll say this though. Did you see I'm wearing this shirt? I'm wearing this shirt from Lawrence Jones Moving Company, which was my uncle's moving company. Uncle Lauren passed away about 3 years or so ago. This was my first job, and I'm actually honoring the memory of my uncle by wearing this shirt. I was about 12 years old when I learned about entrepreneurship, and I climbed up on the truck. Now at 12, he's not having me carry refrigerators down steps or anything like that. I mean, eventually, yes, it did get to that, but I'm learning about work, and I'm learning about getting up when you don't necessarily want to get up. I'm learning about responsibility. I'm learning about how to please a customer. I'm learning about different people. Okay, because what's happening in this house, the next day it's a different house, it's a different family, it's a different set of circumstances. In fact, I would say that this moving company actually prepared me for ministry, because no two people are alike. No two family situations are alike. Where this couple is moving into the house because they're getting married, well, this other couple is moving out of the house because they're getting a divorce. And you have to deal with those dynamics, within like 24 hours. So we were put into all kinds of situations that we had to learn how to navigate. And that's just like being a musician. There's all kinds of situations. There's all kinds of audiences that you play to as you're building your tribe. There are different booking agents. There's different distributors. There's different ways to promote your music. And you have to know how to navigate. And my uncle taught me navigation. Uncle Lauren taught me navigation, and he taught me the value of hard work. And he taught me the value of serving those who are your customers, serving your clientele. Make sure that you're nurturing them, making sure that you're getting a call back, because 7 to 12 years later, they may call back. And in my short little lifetime with him, from like 12 to 28 or so, while I was working with him, I did see multiple situations where we had a customer who relied on our service again or referred us to others. So, yeah, I'm wearing this Lawrence Jones Moving Company in tribute to my uncle, but in a way of paralleling how closely it is to being an EntreMusician. And again, I just want to encourage you. I know you're out there listening. Some of you are listening and you don't email, and that's cool. That's fine. That is fine. Some of you watch, us on Facebook, or you watch us or check us out on LinkedIn, and you don't make a comment, and that's fine too. I'm grateful that you're listening. And I hope that I'm hitting your heart with some encouragement that if you are thinking of in the slightest way of giving up, please don't. If you're thinking in the slightest way that this is not working for you or somehow you missed it, it may be just that small tweak, that small little tweak that you're missing that we can help you with. And finally, as I said before, we get back to this. If you haven't read this book, I encourage you to do so. I'm not trying to sell another book. In fact, if you email me, okay, and you really can't afford to go to Amazon and get this book, this copy belongs to you. I mean that wholeheartedly. All right? Here's the thing. I wrote this book for me. I wrote this book, The Path of the EntreMusician, for me first. I was just kind of journaling, and it turned into a book. But when we settled on mindset, discipline, and focus, I had to decide if I believe this. Do I really believe this? I'm about to leave a very well-paying job at a place that I love to work. I didn't feel like I was working when I was there. Again, I love the people. I love the atmosphere. Even though times would somewhat get difficult in any ministry, it does. But I love the people there. So with respect to that, do I believe all of this stuff? And as I dove into my own mindset, my own heart for discipline, my own approach to focus, then I found 9 keys that begin to really settle into my spirit as to, if I follow these 9 keys, I'm going to be successful. I'm going to do it. There's going to be challenges, but I'm going to win. I'm going to overcome. I can handle it. And so can you. And these 9 keys are start, believe, trust, okay? Start, believe, don't stop, trust, giving, forgiving, okay? You understand? Giving, and then also learning how to forgive. Gratitude, okay? They help you. These keys absolutely help you become the best entrepreneurial musician that you can be. Because, wow, how about this life, huh? How about having this gift that we've been given, playing piano or saxophone or guitar, writing songs out the blue? Anna, as I said, Anna Nicholson, she can't play any instruments, but she writes and she performs these beautiful songs as a cappella numbers until she has the means of getting because some of them don't need music, but those that do, she always finds a way where she can find and partner with a musician to make those things come to life, those ideas, magnificent songs that she writes. How about that? How about having this gift? And how about the opportunity that you have to share it? So if you can get the book, 9 Keys to Unlock Your Mindset, Discipline, and Focus, please do so. Okay? Do so. Now, again, schedule a call with us. I hope you do. I hope you say, I'm going to give the little brown guy a phone call. Zoom. It'll be a Zoom call, but there's my Calendly information. I can't talk as I'm wrapping up this Calendly information and get onto my schedule, and let's hang out for about 15 minutes and find out how we can help you. Okay? Well, thank you very much. Peace and blessings to you. Thank you for letting me come on to just share my heart with you and to share all that is happening. I'm excited, and I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about what 2024 is going to bring. And go back and listen to some of the old podcasts just to keep yourself motivated. We have some incredible interviews that, are coming in the future. And this whole year is going to be stocked with information, resources, and people who could help bring you to the point of, I got to tell you something else. We have another TV show starting. As you know, excuse me, something in my throat here. I'm sorry. As we do Artist Impact, that was something that we started in 23. G-Mini. We started Artist Impact in 23. We did 25 episodes. We're entering into season 2. In fact, we shoot the first episode on the 22nd of this month, January. And then in the summer, we'll be doing Artist Impact Live, where we will be going around to some of the local establishments here in my city of Youngstown and in the outlying areas, and actually checking bands out and doing those recordings while they are live. In April, we start Director's Chair, which is another offshoot of Artist Impact, and we'll be talking to independent directors here in this area and abroad. So you want to check that out because we love independent filmmaking as well. So we're getting a chance to grow. 2024 is going to be the year of harvest, and again, just inviting you in for the ride, encouraging you with love. Thank you so much again for hearing me. Sorry about the little tickle in my throat. Sorry about the little things that I forgot to say. But my name is Jerry B. Completely off the cuff, loving you, appreciating you, respecting you. I am the EntreMusician, but most importantly, so are you. We will see you again.